Hi.
Come
To
back to Wildlife. Welcome back to another episode of Wildlife. I'm Sean,
I'm Felicia.
and this if it's the first time you're
Wildlife.
if it's the first time that you're listening to this podcast, we're just two friends bantering and rambling about nature and wildlife, or as Singaporeans would call it.
Wildlife.
Wildlife.
I can't do it as well as you.
In wildlife, leh.
Wow, damn good, damn good.
You've seen the title,
I have.
and today we're gonna
Whoa.
discuss: Will the internet kill the forest?
Oh, what a strong title. What does that mean? Will the internet kill the forest?
Do
You mean
think the
like
internet will kill the forest?
how? Greenhouse gas?
How?
Global warming?
You where got greenhouse gas from your internet?
Well, like, the power usage,
Fair enough,
waste.
fair enough. What I want to talk about today is internet culture. Do you think internet culture affects the environment?
Well, I mean, the internet has a strong influence on a lot of things. It has a wide range of audience, is able to spread a message quickly. So, therefore, am I on the right track?
Not bad, but you're not killing the forest, like.
Killing-
Yeah, I mean,
oh.
you're so positive, no? How does it kill the forest?
I mean, if something that has a strong influence, if you spread good, it will multiply. So if you spread bad messages, it multiply. Is that how you kill the forest?
somewhere along that line,
Okay.
you're not too bad. You're not too bad.
All
You're not too
right.
bad.
Okay, what are we talking about?
Well, we
actually?
are. Yeah, basically, we're gonna talk about how things going viral on the internet can have both a negative and positive impact to the environment. And just as with the previous episode, I've got another excerpt.
I love excerpts.
Yeah. So, so this is from a video from Vox. Yeah, the title of this video is "What Happens When Nature Goes Viral."
Oh yeah, I heard of their YouTube channel. They talk about worldly issues and they use like graphics and interesting pop-ups to make things interesting enough for you to watch.
Yeah, it's a very engaging video.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this video basically is talking about how geotagging, right? Basically, like Instagram, you tag at Singapore, those kind of things. How geotagging, for example, would lead to a lot of negative impacts to the environment.
Oh.
And they have actually listed out some examples that happened in America,
Okay.
right? So this excerpt talks about some of these examples, right?
Interesting to know how tagging somewhere will actually lead to a devastating outcome.
Right. At Conundrum Hot Springs in Colorado, visitors disturbed wildlife, cut down trees for firewood, and left behind an overwhelming amount of human waste. And at Catskill Falls in New York, at least 4 people have died while taking or posing for pictures.
Oh, so it's that kind of damage.
Yes, right, yeah. Because of geotagging or just saying like, oh, hi, I'm at Bukit Timah, for example, in the Singapore context. And if something goes viral, everybody would start swarming to that area,
Right? Yeah.
right? And there would be some negative outcomes to it as well.
Yeah, I feel like places like these nature spots are not ready to handle the influx of people. They probably are welcoming visitors, but not to the extent of what the internet can bring,
Yeah.
So therefore, it creates all this sort of damages to the sites.
And although, yes, these examples are from America, but the reason why we're discussing it in this episode is because it's not just an American thing. It's actually happening right on our own soil
Yeah.
here in Singapore.
Well, wherever there's access to internet, I guess.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna share some examples with all of you right now, of you listeners or watchers, and as we share, we're gonna discuss the good and bad points of how something going viral would affect nature, but we really want you to reflect and think, and just soak it in.
Yeah. I'm interested to know what you have prepared today.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
discuss.
Fun. Okay, so we're gonna start with a very hot topic that I'm sure all of you Singaporeans would know about. Would know about.
Yep,
Sorry,
I think I
which
would
is Clementi Forest. You've all heard of it before because it went viral.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guilty of it. I went and checked it out
Oh, did you
after it
actually
went
go?
viral. Yes.
Oh wow, nice. Okay. So if any of you don't already know, it is our second largest patch of wildlife habitat after Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, right? So it went viral in October 2020, which is last year, because we've got a local photographer who took some drone footage of Clementi Forest, really stunning videos with the mist and everything, and he posted it on Facebook, and there were lots of shares and likes and everything. And because of it, people swarmed to Clementi Forest,
Yeah.
like yourself.
Yes, I actually went. I went recently.
Oh, recently?
Yeah, I guess the reason why there's sudden influx in interest spots like that is because, we can't travel. So this is also one of our outlet
Yeah.
looking for new places in Singapore. So I can see why this video went viral.
Mm.
And yeah, I actually do see a lot of people when I was there. And I hardly see this amount of people doing
Oh, like it was a
sports.
big crowd?
Yeah. Like
Oh.
it was on a weekend. And we have to wait for certain people to get to the other side before we can go over. So definitely expect a bit of crowd if you kind of see this whenever you see a viral video, do expect a bit of crowd to follow. So
Yeah, which is a good point. I think that's what we're trying to talk about today.
Yeah.
Which is crowds and how that would affect a given environment, right? So the reason why Clementi Forest is even so important to Singapore is because as of before it got viral, it was generally untouched. It was a recovering forest that was untouched, or because there was no human traffic, or not to the extreme that we have now. It was beaming with a lot of biodiversity, right? And researchers found even plant species that was thought to be locally extinct at Clementi Forest.
Wow.
Right, that's how biodiverse the forest is.
Yeah.
And then now within even just within a month of the video getting viral, I've got some notes here that I picked up from several news articles, right? So the articles reported that people started to create new paths in the forest to avoid the mud, right?
Yeah.
And these paths just got bigger and bigger over time. So how do you think paths would damage?
Actually, I can tell that these paths are all created by regulars. There's no infrastructure for actual hikers to go. It's all very muddy. You just kind of follow where the previous person have gone. So these paths are created based on foot traffic. So the flatter the ground is, the more foot traffic there has been.
Yeah.
And it of course destroy all these plants and
which is very much true because indiscriminate trampling, you kill seedlings, right? Seedlings of some rare plants, some, even if it's not rare, they're all still very important to the biodiversity of this given space.
yeah.
So there were actually before and after photos. Yeah,
oh no.
online of how I think some of the trees were, the branches were broken off, lesser green. The
Yeah.
ground also got lesser greens.
Yeah.
But those photos did not go as viral as the the
Aw, they're
actual,
beautiful.
I mean, naturally so. I mean,
Yeah.
I would know why
Yeah.
it didn't go as viral, but it's that's the thing, right? That's why I'm trying to say, right? People just want to see the good parts of it, maybe.
Yeah, I guess. But I guess having the internet and spreading awareness to a certain site, for example, it brings awareness to a place. Also, like for example, I didn't know of Clementi Forest before this. And now when I search up on it, there are so many articles also addressing, telling the government, don't cut this place down. It's the only few of the forests that we have left in Singapore. Like please conserve this place. Don't cut it down for HDB. There's also some positive to this as well.
Definitely. I think that's why the title is a question. Oh, will
It
it
is a
kill?
question,
Nah.
yeah.
Right. I mean, yes. There were even some articles which mentioned, say, oh, you know what? All these small little human disturbances like trampling and stuff, it's not as bad as cutting down the entire forest for a new estate.
It's like the least of the two evils.
Yeah. Yeah. The government have already addressed this. They said that there were no immediate plans actually. It was just reserved, but at the same time, it's reserved. So it means at any time, they could.
Yeah.
But I agree to a certain extent, and that's one good thing about it going viral, in a sense where now people are championing Clementi Forest even more, saying no, we have to protect it. But at the same time, there are good people and again there are bad people, right? There are some people who do throw just throw litter on the ground. Or I wouldn't say they're bad people. I would say maybe they don't know enough
The right ways
maybe the
to
right way.
enjoy
Which
the facility.
actually, if you want to learn how to hike, we have some tips on our first
We
episode.
do.
Oh, we didn't plug, yeah.
Wow, that's a very good segue.
Yeah, we just plug our own first episode
Plug.
in.
Our
Plug it
sponsor
in.
today is
Ourselves.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a good point. There are good things about the viral culture of the internet. Yeah. So what do you listeners or watchers think about this issue? Like, you know, do we just turn a blind eye to these small disturbances just because we have people championing the protection of the forest?
There are a lot of ways to improve. I would say that firstly it's a lesser of the two evils. But, if since it's still not the best that we can do, maybe we can educate people on how we can best enjoy the space. How do we share, how do humans and nature can share the same space without causing too much harm? Should we have proper pathways? Should we not just create our own pathways? And I think we can probably discuss more on maybe other articles, what people have discovered, and slowly come up with like other opinions on how we can be better when we experience such nature.
And it's a nice thing that you mentioned about safety of humans, because like we mentioned in America, people actually passed on because of exploring such places.
That's so sad.
And like you also said, in Clementi Forest the floor is slippery and stuff. But that's not just all. That's not just all. Because this one also got viral. I mean, okay, I'm pretty sure all of these stories you all heard before lah. That's the whole point of us talking about these viral stories, right?
That's the reason you click on this video.
Right, you already know these stories lah. Okay, so it's the two boys getting lost in MacRitchie Forest.
Oh yeah.
You know, the one where the two of them, this happened November 2020. It's just eight months ago. It's just 8 months ago.
Quick math.
Quick math. It's just 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And it was basically if you do not know, which it was viral then. But two secondary school boys, they went online to search for exciting new places to explore. And they stumbled upon, okay, I'm sorry if I butcher the Japanese words, but it's Shonan Jinja Shrine. Okay, I hope that sounds correct. Which are the remnants of a World War II Japanese shrine.
Okay, to be honest, if I was at that age, I would have gone to.
I also would lah, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, I have
explored.
I've explored. I won't say where, because this one will be online.
Yeah.
I have explored places. And this is just it, right? So they didn't inform their parents, which we also probably didn't.
Yeah.
And also they didn't bring food or drink. Okay, this one I don't know whether it's a very Gen Z mentality, but they assume that there were vending machines at the shrine.
Oh my.
I'm sorry for dissing Gen Z, but they are Gen Z, alright? Like
I mean young kids lah.
Young kids lah. I mean, okay, I'm not trying to make fun of them. It's very innocent, kids being kids. They assumed that they were vending machines, so they didn't bring anything.
I'm gonna try and tap into the minds of that and think why they would think that. Because firstly, they get all their information from online, right? So they would think that like, oh, if this is online means it has been like regulated by a place or something like that. Like there's the facilities for me to go and visit. Yeah, they didn't know that it's actually like discovered by someone with, like, it's not really like a off-beaten track, So like they probably think that, okay lah, if everyone has been visiting it, it's confirm there are facilities to support the number of people who are visiting. So maybe with that kind of mentality, like, oh, I went and visit Bukit Timah, there are vending machines there, there are toilets there, then maybe this is also one of the similar points.
Maybe,
who knows?
Maybe.
Giving you the benefit of the doubt.
To be honest, that's a good point. Right? Which that leads us to, when things go viral, we don't exactly know who is looking at all these material, right? There could be a very innocent young kid, secondary 2, not that young lah, but it will be a younger human being, who venture into such places because they think it's cool, but then
in the end,
they
not
didn't
prepped enough.
Yeah, no, they're not prepped enough, and they went in the evening time.
Oh no!
It was dark. They got lost. I think they also met someone there, but then that adult person even gave up. But they know young kids, you must push on. Then they got lost. Then they bashed into the forest as per instructions from Apple Maps. No this, but that was what was reported, so I guess I can say it too. And then they went deep in and they got lost, and it turned so dark that they couldn't even see their hands.
Oh, that's so scary, actually.
Then they called their mom. Then they had to call the police, and the police asked them to do some tracking app stuff. And you think, oh, just 2 police? No, okay. A team of 50 personnel, including police, SCDF paramedics, and multiple drones were activated to find these 2 young boys because they gay kiang. Gay kiang means what's gay kiang? They smart Alec want to go and find this shrine. Huh? You boy.
But so what was the viral article intending to do?
I guess for this one, it's more of just internet culture, right? When people are curious, they want to search something up. Hidden places in Singapore that is cool.
Yeah. That's what I normally would search as well.
Or in the same
No,
phrasing.
not in the same phrasing, but like what to do in Singapore.
Right,
where to eat. Yeah.
Yeah, but for you, I mean, you would have enough experience to prep yourself. And stuff like that, right?
Yeah, hopefully by this age I will have prep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a very innocent
Yeah.
innocent mentality lah.
Yeah, and you can't say the government didn't do anything because they put up signs that say that if you stray off trail, you will gonna fine $2,000.
Oh no.
But is that enough work from the government?
Yeah. But what
I don't
else? Yeah. What else can they do? So I mean, they can't stop people from.
Yeah, they can't have a guy stationed every 2 meters and
Yeah.
like, hey, boy, you.
I think they also know what they're doing is not regulated lah. But quite funny of them to just assume that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and even all these signs, I mean, I'm pretty sure you've seen the scenario where there's a no fishing sign and then you got some 2 buggers down there fishing.
Yeah.
Few lah, not just 2 lah, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's quite common.
Yeah.
So I think maybe we can pose that question, right? I mean, not just to the listeners or to the viewers, but maybe to the government if anyone is even watching. I don't know if they're watching. But yeah, what more can we do other than science? I mean, it's a very tough thing to battle. Because, I mean, you do not want to also control everybody by their necks, right? Like,
Correct.
don't go here,
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's tough. I think they're doing what they can.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's up to us also to educate ourselves.
Definitely.
Ultimately, it's all back to that again.
Yeah.
Hence why we have the podcast to discuss and learn together.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of this article that I read about the Mandarin duck and
Oh,
Hougang.
Hougang Mandarin
Hougang.
duck.
Oh my gosh, it's such a pretty duck.
Yeah, okay. So yes, back to animals. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, back to animals. Okay, then what? I have an opinion about that, and I think that also stems from maybe some personal experiences I have with people crowding around animals. Okay, so yeah, like back to animals, you might think, oh, Singapore is a very modern space, where nature and buildings and the humans can live very harmoniously together. You might think, oh, they used to be already, ma. Well, actually, human presence still cause stress to animals, right? But okay, maybe to draw this scenario better, maybe I will pop a story into your heads.
Okay.
With a little ASMR story. I want all of you to close your eyes. And I want you to imagine yourself going to the kopitiam near your place to buy lunch. Okay. But remember to bring your own containers because you have to go green.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Keep your eyes closed. Okay. And then when you're going to buy your lunch, what's your favorite dish?
Fish head noodle.
Okay, you'll get fish head noodle, okay?
Yum.
You
My
go,
eyes are on the prize.
and before you reach the shop, you suddenly see the whole kopitiam all is aliens.
Oh my gosh.
Right? They're all staring at you.
At me? You're all looking at me?
They're all staring at you.
Alright.
Yeah. Don't shy, leh.
Shy. I just saw my fish head noodle.
How do you feel? You don't know
I'm
if they are dangerous or not.
Okay, I'm kidding.
You don't know if they are dangerous
Yeah,
or
of
not.
course. Okay, I can see what the scenario you're painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I just want to do my thing, man. Stop staring at me. Hey,
You can open your eyes now.
you.
Pretty sure you can open your eyes now. Yeah.
Nah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Right, I think
so nerve-wracking just to get food.
it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I said specifically this
Aliens.
alien story. I mean, I guess to us we are like aliens to the animals. Maybe I don't know. Okay, and the reason why I'm sharing this story in such a way is because I'll get back to the Hougang Mandarin duck. Don't worry.
Okay.
But I was going to a park for a shoot recently. Okay, basically there were a lot of photographers crowding around what I perceive as just logs, just tree like logs on the ground. So it was eye level. It's very near. And basically, I asked, okay, so I kepo ma. I asked, I think there were about like 20, 30 photographers. So I asked one of them, I was like saying, hey, actually, what y'all taking photos of? And they were like, oh, down there got kingfisher nest. So there was a collared kingfisher's nest at eye level, what's it called? Touchable distance. Touchable distance.
Okay.
And so they were all just camping there. And I guess I was just curious. I was saying, okay, it didn't seem like a big thing to me at first. So I just chilled with them to see what's going on. Then they started making a bit of a ruckus. Hey, come ready. So they looked up and a kingfisher, was having, food in its mouth. And I think it was trying to feed its chick.
Oh.
And the thing was, the kingfisher was so...
Overwhelmed with.
It was a bit overwhelmed because why are there so many people surrounding my nest?
Yeah.
And then, so at first it was like a bit anxious trying to go to the nest, but when it finally got brave enough to fly, can you imagine once you start flying, everyone was on burst mode.
Yeah.
The shuttle just...
Oh no.
I mean, you know what? I'm not trying to shame anyone. Some of the photos that I see actually really quite nice. I mean, good job on that. But I think as content creators, I mean, maybe that's something that we have to think about as well.
Yeah.
To us humans, that shuttle don't seem very, like it doesn't seem like a big deal, right? But to an animal who has never heard this sound before, or maybe not to that degree, not to that scale, I think it would be very scary.
Yeah, it create like unnecessary anxiety for the animals. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, is my baby gonna get harmed by all these
Yeah.
alien-looking people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you go buy your fish soup,
Yeah.
then suddenly all the alien
It's like, what is this language?
what did you would also be like
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did the kingfisher eventually
yeah,
manage to feed?
they I mean when he flew into the nest to
So
feed.
brave.
Yeah. Yeah, so which is the same thing for the Hougang duck.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. If you go down to that longkang where the Hougang duck is,
Yeah.
Hougang duck, where you go, the Mandarin duck is, lots of photographers still. I mean, the thankfully the duck seemed a bit more chill.
It's just
From
doing its
what
own thing.
from what I'm understanding, I mean, there's a further distance, right? Because
Yeah.
you are from up there above the longkang. Longkang, I mean, if you guys do not know, if you are listening from overseas, it's basically a canal.
Yeah, like a
canal,
drain
a drain, a
canal.
big drain.
Mm.
Right, yeah, so the duck is down there. I guess it's not so near to, for example, the kingfisher's chick.
There are barricades, lah. So
Yeah.
it maybe somehow gives a little sense of security to the duck, and the
Yeah.
duck is just chilling.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess it's not as scary, but yeah, good point that you mentioned that as well. Yeah,
I have a question for you.
okay.
If you have to interact with an animal, I mean not have to lah. If you have a chance to interact with an animal, but you can't have any photos with it, would you still have the same desire to want to get close to the animal?
Ooh. To be honest, I don't agree with handling wildlife, which you shouldn't.
Yep.
You shouldn't handle. But yeah, I mean, like, but let's just say, would I want to observe?
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Yeah. Would you still want to sit around and just look at the?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Honestly, I would.
Okay.
I would. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, remember the one where we did go out to
Yeah.
hike together, and we saw colugos and stuff. I don't think I need to take photos.
Nice.
Right? Because number one, because the episode's already out. No, but at the same time, I think it's also nice to just appreciate the animals without having the pressure of saying, oh, it must move for me.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that there really is some beauty in or some value in that. But okay, good thing that you mentioned that because I remembered something about the Aokang duck again.
Oh.
Aokang duck.
Yes.
Aokang mandarin duck. Sorry. People were actually spotted even throwing stones at the duck just for photos.
Okay.
See that's what I mean. I am perfectly fine of just observing it. I don't feel like there's a need
I
or a
move from me
pressure.
for my
There's no
photo.
pressure.
Yeah.
Because everyone, especially some people, they just very casual. Passers by, they were like, "Oh, I want the duck to move now." Then they start throwing stones.
Yeah.
And I've seen that multiple, and I've seen, for example, if you've watched my crocodile episode, I've actually seen uncles trying to throw stone at crocodiles, just to make the crocodile move
Yeah.
at Sungai Buloh, right?
Yeah.
So it's not uncommon. That's something I think all of you can think about as well. Like, would you still want to interact
Yeah.
with an animal if you don't have your phones or cameras, right?
It's a good question to ask lah.
Yeah.
And like maybe before you take that photo, just ask like, what is the purpose of this photo?
A lot of these posts start from just me wanting to share something beautiful with people, with my friends.
To educate.
Right? A lot of it comes from a very genuine, very innocent, very kind place. Yeah. But I guess, is internet culture
Entirely
harmful?
bad? When used, it's like a superpower. Like my
Girl.
favorite Spider-Man would say.
Oh, your favorite is Spider-Man?
Yeah.
I'm an X-Men kind of guy.
Oh, okay, never
Oh, you
mind.
mean?
then.
Oh, sorry.
We can't be
With
friends.
great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. There's really just no right or wrong answer, but really you just take the responsibility and know what is the best way to handle yourself.
Yeah. So I think that comes to the end of our episode. I hope this isn't too heavy. As with like our previous episode. But yeah, I think the main thing is just for us to start
Yeah.
a topic,
And just have a chat.
conversation.
Just have a conversation.
for everyone to reflect about.
Yeah, it's good. Now
And-
I'm a bit more conscientious with my choice.
So, Felicia.
Yes. Short.
What?
As every episode, we'll end with a wildlife
Hey,
fact.
I bet you stole
So
my
what
you stole
is
my line.
your wildlife fact? I'm gonna ask you today.
Hey.
Hey.
That's not fair.
Sean.
Okay. Hey. Okay. You know what? Fine. I
fine.
think my final answer. Although the previous episode you cheated because you just stole off from my ending, but sure I'll end it this time. I think my wildlife moment is that the human right of having free choice is a very good thing. I think that's like a wow life, right? But I would also like to remind everyone that there is a sense of responsibility and conscientiousness, like you said, to having this human right of free will or free choice or whatever you want to call it, of doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Right? But once you put in the effort to learn and to know what is the right way of doing things, I think then when you actually look at nature this time, you can actually look at it and really say, wow, life.
Wow. Dude.
Right? Yeah, I think you need to
Yeah,
take that first step
I'm
first.
never gonna answer the last question anymore. That was so nice.
No. Next episode on you.
Oh, crap,
Next
I'm gonna
episode.
prepare.
Yeah. So again,
That
this
was
is the end.
nice,
This is
yeah.
the end of our podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And find us again on the internet because you won't know whether the internet will kill wildlife in the future. So, why am I even leading to this?
Wait. If you really think about it, are we instead
Are
of
we
us?
part of the problem?
Yeah.
You're listening to us on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Too bad. See you in the internet again. Bye. Bye.